Welcome back to Mythical Greece, where we uncover the sacred places, ancient legends, and powerful symbols that shape the heart of Greek civilization. I'm Risula, a local travel creator, and today I'm in a place unlike any other, the sacred island of Delos, birthplace of Apollo and Artemis, and once the most significant religious and commercial center of the ancient world. Delos isn't just an island, it's a time capsule. Floating in the Aegean, just a short ferry ride from Mykonos, this uninhabited island was once a thriving hub of faith, trade and culture. Recognized today as an UNESCO World Heritage Site, Delos holds one of the most extensive and well-preserved archaeological sites in Greece. Here, temples, homes, marketplaces and sanctuaries remain frozen in time, whispering stories of gods, merchants and pilgrims who shaped the Mediterranean world. According to myth, Delos was not always an island. It floated freely until Zeus anchored it in place to give Leto, his mortal lover, a safe place to give birth to their twin children, Apollo, god of light and music, and Artemis, goddess of the hunt. From that moment, Delos became sacred, a place where no one was allowed to die or give birth again, to preserve its divine purity. The island was filled with temples and altars to honor the twin gods, and festivals in Apollo's name became some of the most celebrated in the ancient world. Beyond mythology, Delos was a major political and commercial power. It became the religious center of the Cyclades and the headquarters of the Delian League, a political alliance led by Athens. By the 2nd century BCE, Delos has evolved into a wealthy trade port, connecting Greece, Egypt, Rome, and Asia Minor. Merchants, diplomats, and pilgrims flooded the island, and the influence of many cultures left their mark. From Roman villas to Egyptian deities, it was a crossroads of gods, goods, and ideas. Now, before you plan your visit to Delos, there are a few things you should definitely know. First of all, Delos is only open for day visits. No one lives here, and there are no hotels, cafes, or shops on the island. The most common way to get there is by ferry from Mykonos, usually departing from the old port. These run daily, especially during high season, and the ride takes around 30 minutes. You can also find boat tours coming from nearby islands like Paros, Naxos, or even Tinos. If it's your first time, I really recommend booking a guided boat tour. It usually includes your ferry ticket, your entrance fee to the site, and most importantly, a licensed guide who can explain what you're seeing. Without one, it's easy to miss a lot of the hidden stories behind the ruins. As for what to wear, think comfort. Delos is hot, dry, and has very little shade, so you will be under the sun most of the time. Make sure you wear sturdy walking shoes because the terrain is uneven in many parts, and definitely bring a hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, and lots of water. Trust me, there is nowhere to buy anything once you're on the island, so it's best to come fully prepared and allow at least 3 hours for your visit. The site is expansive, and even though you're not racing through it, there is a lot to see, and you will want to stop, explore, and take in the views. Once you step into Delos, it's like the entire island becomes an open-air museum, but without the ropes and signs. You are free to wander through history. We started our walk at the sanctuary of Apollo, the heart of the island. Even though only fragments remain, a few columns, altars and curved bases, you can imagine the scale and importance of the temples that once stood here, built to honor the god born on this very land. As you follow the ancient path north, you will reach the Terrace of the Lions, probably the most iconic site on the island. These marble guardians were dedicated by the people of Naxos in the 7th century BCE and once lined the sacred way leading to the temple. Today, their weathered forms still feel watchful even in silence. From there, we wandered into the theatre quarter, where life felt a bit more personal. You will see narrow streets, the remains of cisterns and homes that once belonged to the island's wealthiest families. It's here that you will find the house of Dionysus, with its incredible mosaic of the god riding a panther. It's bold, colorful, and surprisingly well preserved, a rare glimpse into private luxury during Roman times. And just above this neighborhood, perched on the slope of Mount Kythnos, lies the ancient theatre of Delos. Built in the 3rd century BCE, it once held around 5,000 spectators. Standing there, you can still feel the grandeur, the sweeping stone tiers, the view of the sea in the distance. It's easy to picture performances taking place under the open sky with Apollo himself watching from afar. Before you leave the island, don't miss the Archaeological Museum of Delos. It's small but absolutely packed with treasures. Inside, you will see many of the original statues and mosaics that once stood out in the open, safely preserved from weather and time. The most famous exhibit is a replica of the Terrace of the Lions, with several of the actual lions on display. You will also find delicate figurines, offerings, pottery, jewelry, and some beautifully carved busts and sculptures, all unearthed right here on the island. It's a kind of museum that fills in the gaps, giving names, faces, and textures to the ruins you have just walked through. You suddenly realize that Delos wasn't just a sacred place, it was also full of life, color, and people. Delos is unlike any other archaeological site in Greece. It's not just one story, it's a mosaic of myths, politics, art, and everyday life. There is a stillness here that makes you feel like you're walking through layers of time. No cars, no cafes, no distractions, just ancient streets, open skies, and the silence of history waiting to be discovered. So if you're traveling through the Cyclades, make time for Delos. It's more than a day trip, it's a journey into the divine, the ancient, and the surprisingly human. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more episodes of Mythical Greece. Thanks for watching, see you in another video.